What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day today, because today I want to talk about Gamers episode 11. So, I gotta say, Aguri is just cute as ever. I really love her character, and she's such a great support when it comes to Amano's character development. Without her, I don't think Amano would be as good as he is now, and wouldn't have become like alpha male status like he has been doing in these recent episodes if it wasn't for her. And Aguri wouldn't be as open, I think, to gaming and all sorts of other things if it wasn't for Amano kind of teaching her that. And I like how this episode tries to focus on that, showing how the relationship has benefited each other, but how weird it really is. Now, in the big grand scheme of things, we all know that Amano has no, love feelings towards, Aguri. He doesn't have romantic feelings to where he wants to be with her. He looks at her like an older sister, and she looks at him like a younger brother, and they hang out quite a bit. However, from the outside perspective, when you see these two hanging out and the way they have helped each other along their journey throughout the series, you could see that they're perfect for each other, and they're like the ideal couple. And I really love how the characters, even Tendo and Urahara, how he's like, wow, they're the ideal couple, and they realize that, which is crazy, but they know for a fact that they're not ones to kind of go around and cheat on them. But the point is like, they're the ideal couple. If they actually started to, get romantic feelings for each other, it would spell GG for any other relationship, just because of how compatible they really are. But regardless, though, even though I think Aguri is my favorite female character in this series, I don't want her to end up with Amano. I just really don't. And the reason for that is because Aguri, I like her relationship with Urahara, and how, she has been supporting him and he has been supporting her. Even though there's been some bumps on the road, I personally prefer that relationship over any other relationship that Aguri could possibly be in. Now let's talk about the main core topic of this episode. It is a theme park type episode. So, normally or traditionally in a rom-com series or any drama or romance series, there's always a theme park, or, you just go into, a theme park to where you get on, a Ferris wheel or something, or maybe roller coasters, or a scary house, or whatever. Usually something like this happens in a series quite like, Gamers. And so it was just a matter of time to when something like this happened. Honestly, I'm very shocked it took this long for us to have an episode based around this theme park. But regardless, though, the way it was done, I felt like it kind of cleared up a lot of things between the characters, and it allows our characters to kind of move forward with what they want. For instance, Chiaki. She is someone that we know is, Nobe and Mono. She is someone that is very deeply, I guess, entangled with Amano, because she has made games that he likes, but also she is the one that has played with him for a long time now on this mobile game, and he is completely unaware. He thinks it's Konoha, when in reality it's actually Chiaki. And we see her kind of clear up her feelings in this episode. She finally realizes what she wants and what she wants to do about the situation with Amano and her. It seems like instead of just ignoring the issue or trying to push it over to her sister and make her play the part or whatever, or just to kind of separate herself from him like Amano, it seems like she's trying to take the first few steps of at least letting Amano know that she has some form of feelings for him. You could see throughout this episode there was a lot of confliction within her, especially when Amano knew he had to go over and find Tendo and all that because she was waiting on him, and then you had to where Chiaki grabbed his shirt and held him there in place for a bit. It just shows that she is very conflicted, but she is now starting to realize that she does want him to know that she is who she is, or, she's Nobe and Mono. She wants him to know that, which really sets up for a lot of potential things for the future of the series. However, if I am correct, Gamers is supposed to end next week, and so I don't think we're probably going to have any conclusion to the Chiaki stuff. I highly doubt we'll have any conclusion whatsoever to that, which is going to be kind of upsetting, but it's to be expected. However, though, I do like how she's trying to take the initiative. There was some form of closure there, especially with how she realized, how she has feelings for him, but how he's a really good person too, and how he cares about Tendo, but also how he cares about everyone else and how they've changed him. He's changed a lot thanks to everybody, not just because of Aguri, and she realizes that, and you can see that she's now really ready to accept that and love him for who he is, instead of trying to either push him away or act very indifferent. So, very happy about that little segment of the episode. Now let's talk about the other stuff. Let's talk about the plan of the episode. So the plan of the episode was for Tendo and Urahara to kind of set up like a double date with Aguri and also Amano, because they realize that there's a lot of misunderstandings between these two characters, and they kind of want to express that they love these two quite a bit, and they want to spend some quality time. So Urahara, he sets up a double date alongside of Tendo, which in turn this causes an even bigger misunderstanding, because as we know, Aguri and Amano, they believe that Tendo and Urahara, they're like in some form of like relationship with each other, like they're cheating on them, and they're really upset about that. So when this got, started, when this was introduced, I'm like, hey, let's go on a double date, they thought it was like in a way for these two to be together, but not look suspicious at all. And I really love the interaction from Amano, and he's like, game over, it's game over, and he's sitting there freaking out. I'm like, that's pretty funny. I had a good laugh there. It was very enjoyable, but I do like how that was set up, showcasing once again these two trying to fix something, and Aguri and Amano, they're kind of viewing it a little bit indifferently, but then they realize what it was meant for in the grand scheme of things towards the end of the episode. Everything turned out rather fine. So let's talk about the main problem here with this episode. One of the big things is that Konoha, she pops up, and she kind of intervenes in the big point of this episode. For instance, you had where Tendo and, was having a date with Amano, and then you had where Aguri was dating Urahara, and, they were going to have their double date. Well, Konoha pops up, she kind of becomes like a wrecker of this entire party, or this, theme park journey with, the double date. She comes in, she wrecks it, and Chiaki gets introduced. Which, like I said, I'm really glad Chiaki's entire character, like her main plot point, was kind of settled in this episode, but even still though, Konoha intervening, it upset me a bit, because I knew for a fact this was probably going to cause some form of drama between Tendo and Amano, but thankfully that did not happen. There was no drama whatsoever, and ended off on a very nice note, especially with, Tendo and Amano, they're going on their date, trying to get closer to the parade, and then Aguri and Urahara, you have it to where they hug and all that, and she's just, getting all lovey-dovey next to him, which shows, like, she has finally realized that he hasn't been cheating on her. So there was some conclusion there. Overall, there was some good conclusion with these characters with the relationship. So it was a great episode for just closure overall. However, there's still a lot of things that need to be cleared up, and I would like to see cleared up, but I don't know if the final episode of Gamers can actually do that. So let's get into that point. Next week is the finale, if I'm correct. It is supposed to be the finale of Gamers, so I don't know if everything that was built up is actually going to, be answered or clarified, because there's a lot of misunderstandings in this series, and I don't know if this series can actually handle that, especially the Nobe and, Mono part. I just don't even know, because that entire plot point could be, fit in an entire episode. An entire episode could focus on that, but we don't have really much time for that, because you have an epilogue, you have, like, the opening song, you have the stuff with Tendo and stuff, and then, Aguri and, Urahara. So, there's a lot of characters that need to have a little bit more closure, and so I don't feel like that's probably going to be settled whatsoever, which is kind of upsetting, because I would like to see that, but I don't think it's going to happen. But regardless, though, I feel like it's probably going to be a good finale. I do have hope for this series, and it'll have a lot of answers for us. But if we really do think about what we set out on this journey, what we wanted to see, we wanted to see Amano with Tendo, and we technically have gotten that. They're in a relationship now, and he has opened up. He is no longer as socially awkward as he once was, so he's definitely gained a lot throughout the journey of the series. So there has been a lot of progression with his character and all the other characters, so it has been a very good ride. So I have no problem with that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.